The day I took back the marina. It started with a neon yellow notice slapped on the door of my sailboat, glaring like a warning sign in a storm. Immediate relocation required. It screamed in an absurdly cheery font, as if moving my home of 3 years was as simple as rearranging patio furniture. The local homeowners association, led by a woman named Evelyn Harper, had decided my legally docked boat was an eyesore, clashing with their vision of a pristine fishing spot. What began as a petty power play spiraled into a battle of wills, complete with sabotage, intimidation, and a move so bold it left the entire neighborhood stunned. Have you ever faced someone who thought they could bully you into submission? Stick around, this story's for you. My name's Daniel Hayes, a 52-year-old app developer who traded the corporate grind for a quieter life on the water. 3 years ago, I bought a 32-foot sailboat I named Serenity, a nod to the peace I'd found at Bayside Marina in a small coastal town near Charleston, South Carolina. The marina, run by a kind-hearted retiree named Tom Bennett, was a haven. 40 slips, a tight-knit community, weekend barbecues, no drama, just good people enjoying life. Next door sat Willow Creek, a development of 200 townhouses, home to families, retirees, and professionals. Most were decent folks, but trouble brewed when Evelyn Harper took over as HOA president. Evelyn wasn't always a tyrant. Once a high-flying real estate agent, she'd lost everything in a market crash and a messy divorce. Her HOA role became her new empire, and she wielded it like a scepter, issuing fines for minor infractions and enforcing rules that seemed to multiply overnight. That yellow notice on my boat was her opening salvo. It demanded I move Serenity within 48 hours to preserve community fishing aesthetics. My lease with the marina was ironclad, paid on time, with 14 months left. I called Tom, who was already fuming. Evelyn taped it herself, he said. I told her she's got no authority here, but she just kept yammering about community rights. I dug into my paperwork and confirmed what I suspected. Evelyn's notice was pure bluff. The marina predated Willow Creek by decades, and the HOA had no jurisdiction. But Evelyn wasn't playing by the rules. Tom warned me she'd been snooping, photographing my slip, measuring distances. She's got a plan, Daniel, he said. And it's not just that notice. Determined to shut this down, I headed to the HOA office, a cramped room in the Willow Creek clubhouse. Evelyn sat behind a comically oversized desk, 3 monitors glowing like she was running NASA, not a neighborhood association. Her red clipboard, her weapon of choicerist within reach. Mr. Hayes, she said, barely glancing up. I figured you'd show up. I stayed standing, phone recording. There's no misunderstanding, I said. My lease is legal. You've got no right to move my boat. Her smile was pure condescension. Individual needs don't trump the community, Mr. Hayes. Your boat's an eyesore, disrupting our waterfront's peaceful enjoyment. When I asked for legal proof, she dodged, rattling off vague terms like aesthetic standards and collective good. Then came her trump card, an $800 fine for violating HOA guidelines. I pointed out the obvious: I wasn't a resident. She waved it off. Your actions affect us, so you're subject to our oversight. Reason wasn't working. As I left, she called Tom, demanding a meeting about marina policies. I reached out to my old college friend, Laura Mitchell, a property lawyer. After hearing the story, she laughed. You're in the right, Daniel, but Evelyn won't stop. Document everything. She'll try to wear you down. 3 days later, her words proved true. Tom called, voice heavy. I've got to cut your electricity and water, Daniel. Evelyn's threatening a boycott, fake health code complaints, bad reviews. With Mary's cancer treatments, I can't risk the business. Mary, Tom's wife, was battling breast cancer, and medical bills were crushing them. I told Tom I'd manage, but Evelyn's willingness to hurt innocent people to get to me lit a fire. That evening, I crashed an HOA meeting. The room buzzed with 40 residents as Evelyn painted me as a villain, claiming my boat threatened property values. I stood, showed my lease, and explained the HOA's lack of authority. Some residents wavered, but Evelyn rallied them with emotional pleas. This is about our community, she cried. A vote passed 26-14 for stronger action. Phase 2, she called it. Phase 2 was brutal. No utilities meant no WorkMe laptop died mid-client call. Worse, Evelyn's enhanced monitoring turned the marina into a surveillance state. HOA members loitered, snapping photos, measuring my slip. It was psychological warfare, designed to break me. But the real blow came a week later. I woke to find Serenity drifting, dock lines cut clean through. Scratches marred the hull. My GPS and radio were trashed. Damage, $12,000. The police filed a report, but without proof. It was just vandalism. Tom was livid. "This is criminal," he said, banning Evelyn's patrols from the marina. That night, Tom dropped a bombshell. Mary's condition had worsened, requiring a $200,000 experimental treatment. Insurance wouldn't cover it, and their savings were gone. "I'm thinking of selling the marina," he said, "but I can't let someone like Evelyn get it." He valued the property at $750, 00040 slips, a boat launch, 3 acres of prime waterfront. My apps had done well, and I'd invested wisely. "Tom," I said, "what if I buy it?" He stared, stunned. "You serious, Daniel?" We met with Laura the next day. The deal, $720,000 cash. Tom stays as manager with a $55,000 salary and benefits. It was a win-win. Evelyn, oblivious, kept escalating. She posted online, urging residents to shun the marina, sent health inspectors with baseless claims, and pushed a boycott. But the boaters rallied behind me, fed up with her overreach. The sale closed on a Friday. I wired the money, Tom signed the deed, and I owned Bayside Marina. That afternoon, I called a meeting. 35 slip renters packed the dock. "As of today," I announced, "I'm the new owner. All leases stay. But the HOA Fishing Club's special access? Done." The crowd erupted in cheers. Evelyn stormed in 45 minutes later, red clipboard in hand. "This is unauthorized," she barked. I showed her the deed and a trespass notice Laura drafted. "You're on my property now," I said. "Leave, or I call the police." Her face crumpled as she read the notice terminating HOA privileges. She balled it up, tossed it, and marched off. The next 30 days were a spectacle. Evelyn cycled through denial, insisting the sale was illegal, then bargaining, offering cash for fishing access. I refused. This wasn't about money, it was about stopping a bully. Her informational pickets backfired, drawing curious customers who sided with me. Residents began questioning her leadership. On day 28, she begged for a minimal-impact fishing deal. I told her the issue was her harassment, not the fishing. "You could have worked with me," I said. "Instead, you chose war." Day 30 dawned bright. Evelyn arrived with a truck, loading the HOA's fishing gear chairs, coolers, their pompous signs. She looked broken, a shadow of the queen she'd been. When she struggled with a cooler, I helped, but stayed firm. "You made me the enemy," I said. "I was just a guy living on my boat." 2 weeks later, the HOA ousted Evelyn in a landslide vote. The new board apologized and proposed a partnership, discounted marina services for residents, joint events. 3 months on, Bayside Marina thrived, full slips, a wait list, barbecues drawing crowds. The fishing spot was now a community hub, open to all. Mary's treatment worked. She was recovering. Tom was back to his old self, planning sailing trips. Evelyn, she sold her townhouse and left, a ghost of her former self. Standing on Serenity's deck, watching a golden sunset, I realized Evelyn's biggest mistake wasn't underestimating me. It was believing fear could control people forever. By standing firm, I didn't just save my home, I built a better community. Months later, another marina owner called, facing a similar HOA battle. I'm now consulting, turning my fight into a side gig. What would you do against a bully like Evelyn? Could you stay calm, or would you fight fire with fire? Share your thoughts below, especially on facing injustice or abuse in your life. Take a stand, let's hear your voice.